Okay, welcome to my channel. I am Aaron Lee. I remind again because every time I see people on the street or my viewers, they're like, "Oh, you are the you know the property one, the Elvin one." Sian, jialat. Okay, oh, a little bit hot just now because I waiting for the car park very long already. Then I want to drop my daughter. Then this car just from behind come and cut into my lot. Then I went down and tell him, hey, what you doing? From outside lane, you go and block me how I turn in, then you go and take my lot. Singaporean, please have some empathy, Somehow I'm not very far away there. I'm just right beside the car that's turning out, Still can kena cut like that. 真的是啊. Okay. Anyway, I'm a very peaceful person. I really don't like this kind of conflict. That's why when my customer work with me, I always tell my customer, for me, my job is not to solve your problem. Okay, my job is to make sure you have no problem. I want prevention. To me, prevention is better than cure, okay? I rather the whole deal have no problem than there's a lot of problem that I go and solve the problem. For me, I want it to be soon, peaceful and beautiful one. Okay, so in this video, I know a lot of you want me to talk about this and a lot of you ask me about the market. A lot of you are very confused. So what is happening to the market today? Okay, I think it's a good time to talk about this now because we are already in August, okay? And we have actually the last 3 months to go. If you know me well, why I say 3 months? Because the school holiday is coming like mid-November. So by then school holiday comes and then that's it all the way. Then Chinese New Year, I think it's the middle of February for 2026. Wow, very fast you see. Bling bling bling. Wow, the time fly already. So we only left with the last 3 months of pushing and flying and chiong. So those that need to do their selling and buying, please settle in the next 3 months. That will be the best time. So I will separate this video into 3 parts. We will talk about the HDB market, the private market, then we talk about the interest rate later. And at the interest rate part, I also like to share my views on a certain thing. Okay, before I go into this video, right, there's one thing that I want to emphasize is that the market is slowing down, this is what the video is going to share with you, some of the scenarios, some of the situations, some of the case study, but please do not expect price to be dropping or okay, some places I will say don't expect price to be dropping. Some places I will say don't expect price to drop a lot. Okay, but you don't see drastic drop one. Okay, later I'm going to explain to you at the third part of this video. Okay, so let's talk about HDB first. Okay, HDB market is generally slow. Okay, it's definitely slower than last year. Actually, there's nothing much to talk about. Not nothing much. There's nothing much to emphasize because the government come out with BTO, come out with SBF. Everything has been thrown out. So a lot of demand is being shifted to this BTO and sales of balance market. So definitely it's slower. And to sum it up for you to understand is that if your unit is bigger, like 5 room, EAEM, your selling is harder. If your unit is older, your selling is also harder. So 2 factors. One factor is your size. The other factor is your age. So if your size and age are all very high, size very big, unit very old, then jialat already. If your unit is small, the age is a little bit higher, okay, still not too bad, you try to balance out. So this is the situation that's happening. So of course, across the board, there is locations that is still doing okay. There's locations that is really not so good really. So those locations, whether good time, bad times, the gauge is the same. Okay, so if you don't know, then you got to watch more of my videos lah. Okay, so next, for HDB, that's generally it lah, if you ask me. So I also feel that one of the reasons why the government is prepared to remove the 15 months cooling off period is because it actually helps the 5-room market to move. If not, 5-room really kena kiap, because of the cooling period, the 15 months cooling off, they cannot go and buy a 5-room flat. The maximum is a 4-room flat. So a lot of 5-room flats are being trapped. Then those people upgrading normally from 5-room, they can upgrade to EAEM. So EAEM still have some demand and then the supply is lower, but 5-room supply is high. demand is low now. So 5-room is really gonna trap in the market. So I think this is one very important thing that the government is trying to help through statistics, meaning that they already got the numbers and they want to do something about it. So this is one part that I will just stop here because it's really very direct. Okay. Then wait, before I go to the next part on private, I'm going to share with you is that in the next video, I'm going to tell you what are some of the common problems and some of the mistakes that sellers and buyers are making in today's market, and also what should you do to actually be correct in the next few years to come for your property decision. Okay, that will be in the next video. So it's more like a follow-up video of this video. Next part, private market. Okay, private market resale is slow. But there's a very interesting trend going on is that the 3 to 4 beders are doing a little bit better than the smaller units. So when I talk about smaller units, we are talking about a 1 bedder, 2 bedder. In the 1-2 bedder segment, the 2 plus 2 toilet is still okay. It's still okay. But once you have 2 plus 1 toilet and below, now you are getting very, very bad feedbacks. You can get a lot of viewings. Okay, you can get a lot of people coming to view, but I can tell you these people are not ready to buy. And these people are all CC look. Okay. So when I talk about CC look, this I will share in my next video again. Okay, this I will share in my next video again because it's a very interesting thing, okay? Which a lot of people, if you're not in the market, you're not running the grounds, you wouldn't understand what's going on. So there's actually more people buying 3 to 4 rooms. Why are there more people buying 3 to 4 rooms for private resale? It's because a lot of people are buying for own stay. Okay, so the investment numbers are very low in the resale market. People are more of staying. That's why the 3 to 4 rooms are still moving. But of course, the price range, all these things, there's a beautiful sweet spot lah. There's a sweet spot. Once your unit is very big and more expensive towards a certain range, then it gets harder and harder. So that I won't share in the video. You want to know a sweet spot, you need help, you engage me and I tell you. So I need to keep some of the secret tips in my pocket. Okay. So there is a lot of people that have been selling for more than 3 months. And they have not sold. So these are common problems that we're going to talk about in the next video also. So that is for resale. Why later? New launch. Okay, new launch, there is 2 major issues that's happening today. Okay, I will tell you that new launch is still moving. Okay, so you must first understand the situation first. Resale slow, new launch moving. Why? So a lot of people, right, are shifting their demand to the new launch market because they feel that the resale market is too high today, price is too high, they may not make money. And there's another situation that I'm going to talk at the last part of the video about the resale market. And also that's also a situation on why it's so difficult for prices to drop. So for new launch, we still have a lot of supply in the pipeline. So I see some comments people post and tell me and ask me things like, next year will there be lack of supply? Next year there's this lack of new launch and whatsoever. To me, there's no lack of new launch. New launch, there's a lot in the supply. There's a lot that has launched and left over. Okay, so there's still a lot of units that's left over. The 4 years SSD is in place just in case you guys forgotten. The government has came out with 4-year SSD, which will affect the remaining stock in the new launch market and the future launch. Okay, so this is something that has affected the new launch market, but people are still going to the new launch market than the resale market. So you see new launches, they're still moving. Just that they may not move as fast, but they're still moving. So if you ask me new launch and resale, I can tell you that new launch move better than the resale market today. Okay, generally. Okay. So the last part that we gone to is interest rate. So interest rate is all-time low. It dropped really, really fast in the last 1 year. Okay, why a lot of people don't talk about interest rate anymore? Because interest rate dropped already, man. Nobody want to talk about it. Because last time interest rate very high, people say that interest rate will drop lah. Then once interest rate drop, a lot of people will come to the market again. Then price will decrease. But this generally didn't happen lah. So people all keep quiet already. So actually, if you ask me, I already told you already. Interest rate, I mean, all along you watch my video, I've never think that interest rate is a trigger point for the market to move. Okay, I think it may trigger, but the effect is very, very small. Okay, it's very, very small. So if you watch a lot of my videos, I already say this, I don't think interest rate is a push factor too much, unless the spread is very big. So from 1 year ago, which is July 2024, I think we were at about 3.4%. Today, we are as low as 2.3% on average. Okay, so we have dropped about 1%, about 30 over percent drop, which is a very big spread if you ask me. Okay, so interest rate has dropped. Will it go up again? I doubt it will go out soon because it should drop it should drop, all the uncertainty, all the war, the war is getting nearer. It went to Thailand, Cambodia, which is so near, I don't understand what is humans thinking now, okay, let's not go to that topic. But interest rate has dropped. So this is considered, I will say that interest rate drop, price is not going up too high. Things are stabilizing. If you look at the charts that I share in my Telegram group, I show you a stabilizing motion of the chart in the last 3 to 4 months. Yes, it's like that. You can go to my Telegram group and join. It's free. In the description below, my Telegram group link is there, so you can go and click it. Okay, so now I'm going to share why I think that because of all this, but the price is still not dropping. Okay, so we have this very major situation and problem in the property market today, which I have been discussing with a lot of buyers and sellers, and they have been asking me about this, and we have been talking about it. Number one, if you are currently in the market today, in the resale market, there is a lot of advertisement, but a lot of advertisement. Okay, I wouldn't say that this advertisement is not serious. Okay, I wouldn't say the advertisement is not serious, because of many reasons. Because they may be serious, but a lot of these advertisement, they are selling at the wrong price. So if you really look into the property advertisement portals, okay, you will see a lot of advertisement, but okay, so someone walked very near to my car, so the alarm beeped. I just off the alarm. So there is a lot of advertisement, but there is only maybe 10% of the advertisement that is selling at the correct market price. The remaining 90% of the advertisement are all inflated prices, asking very high prices, which, if you ask me, generally this price, nobody is willing to pay or going to pay in the market today. These people will still go and view these units, but they will not offer the price. They will not buy at that price. So if you are a serious buyer in the market, which a lot of my buyers, they are very serious. They go into the market, they will first view the cheap ones and the little bit expensive ones. They'll do comparison. Even if they like the expensive one, right, they're not willing to pay, but they will still view. You see, so this is the problem in the market today. Because there is not a lot of serious seller that is selling at the right price. Okay, not serious. There's not a lot of sellers that is selling at the right price today. So people will still have to view those units that is selling at a high price. But people are not willing to pay. And if you look at the past transactions, right, some condos, there's really very little transactions. Some condos don't even have transactions for the last 3 months. But you see a lot of advertisement for that condo selling. So this is a situation today that is happening, and because of the lack of real price supply, real units that are selling at the market price, it's very, very hard for prices to drop. So prices have to drop when there is a big supply of real sellers or sellers selling at the real correct price. So when the market has a lot of advertisement today, but if you look at the advertisement and you identify and realize that 90% of this advertisement is not selling at the correct price, then actually if you take away this 90%, you look at the 10%, you look at the demand today, it's pretty much aligned and balanced. So that is why the market is very slow. But the market is not slow enough for the price to drop. Of course, like I told you, some places may have price dropping already because just nice, maybe that condo or whatever, there's a few serious sellers. So maybe they have like 50% selling at the correct market price, 50% not selling at the market price and whatsoever. There's a demand supply imbalance and whatsoever. But overall, this is what's happening to the market today. So I feel that this is going to be everything that is going to happen till the end of the year. Is there going to be any changes or sudden movement? My answer is no. Okay, my answer is no. And a lot of people are going to the new launch market. We may not see as many launches as a few years back, but today a lot of these launches, they have a characteristics. In the whole of 2025, you will see maybe 2 or 3 of these launches that is like 800, 1,000 units, the mass project. And these mass projects, they are not cheap. I say they are not cheap because last time mass project can be like 1,006 per square feet, 1,007 per square feet, 1,000 units. Today, our 1,000 unit new launch is going at like 2,002 per square feet, 2,001 per square feet, 2,003 per square feet. So you see a lot of these massive projects being launched and they still sell pretty high amount of volume. Means like 70% sold, 80% sold. So a lot of this demand is being sucked away from the resale market. People are going to the new launch. So today, I will tell you that the government is correct and the government is making it happen. Why? Because by throwing in a lot of new launch, by throwing in a lot of BTOs, by throwing in a lot of SBF, you are pulling away the demand from the resale market. And that is what is happening today. And when that happens, the resale market will start to slow down. So, last time when prices start to drop for HDB market is when people, a lot of second timers, they bought a BTO flat. You know, when they buy BTO flat or SBF, they need to sell their current place. So, oh, my BTO is ready. Oh, my SPF is ready. I need to sell my resale flat fast so that I can take the money, pay for my SPF, pay for my BTO flat and move to my new house. So I can sell my old house away. So being forced to sell. You are being forced to sell fast so that you can take your new keys and your new house. So this has not happened. We are only at the start of a cycle of this BTO and SBF coming up. So if you know BTO and SBF, they may take 1 year to 4 years before they take key. Even SBF, even if it's ready, I heard that it will take 6 months to a year before you can take key. So if a lot of second timer, we're not talking about first timer, second timer that currently own a HDB flat, their BTO and SBF is ready, the government call them to take key, they will need to start selling. So that will be in the next 3 to 4 years. So in the next 3 to 4 years, we will see a lot of this. We will see about 20K of supply because I remember in April or something or February, there was 10K, then now there's 10K. So we'll see 20K of HDB supply, more than 20K because we don't know what the government is going to launch next year. So we're going to see a lot of people. 20K, maybe you give 30% first timer or 20% first timer, you will have maybe 2,000 units in the market that need to faster sell. Okay, so anyway, it has rain. Okay, I'll try to edit. I don't know whether I can edit away the raindrop sound. So that's it. Okay, that's it for today's video. Hope you understand. Hope you know what am I sharing with you. Then in the next video, right, next week we will talk about the problems. We will talk about some of the things that is happening in today's market, how to counter it, what to look for in the next few years, what is the direction to focus on in the next few years. Okay, so that you can ride the wave, do it correctly, and then you don't lose money during the bear market. Okay, so that's it. Hit the like button, subscribe button. I see you in the next episode, and bye-bye.
Please help us like and subscribe and see you in our next video. Bye bye.